Hello everyone, and welcome to a very special video of Grove House today in Harrogate. And this was filmed on two separate occasions, one in June and one in July, with over 2 visits I did in 2025. And I have to give a massive thank you to Jay, Claire, Graham, Springfield Healthcare, and anyone who was involved in letting me come and explore. It was amazing. And yeah. So we came in 2022 for the open day. I brought my dad, because my dad used to work here over 30 years ago. And I got in touch with the owners and they said, yeah, come and have a look around. Yeah, I came by myself on the first visit, and then I was telling them about my mum and dad's history in this place, my family's history, and they said, oh, bring your mum and dad and they can have a look around as well, and we all did. It was great. Yeah, so here we go, there's Grove House. We're going down the driveway now. And in that video, if you watch my video from 2022, there is Grove House. I did say I'd love to just be let loose in the place and just go and explore and film everything, all the details with a better camera. And that's exactly what happened twice, and it was literally a dream come true, so I can't thank Springfield Healthcare enough. So yeah, here we go. Here's the Lady of the Lake. She's still here. She's still doing well. I think she was moved out of the lake in 2000. Oh, it says there on the plaque, June 2000, because of the water damage on the terracotta. But yeah, she's been there from 1898. It says on the plaque there. And there she is. She's still looking well. Just chilling out in the car park now. So yeah. Yeah, Grove House, I think because this was the Grand Lodge of England for the Royal Antediluvian Order of Buffaloes. I think that's why I'm so interested in the place, because it was a Grand Lodge and it is really grand inside. And Springfield Healthcare have had it since 2016, I believe. And they've only just received planning permission in 2025, so it's taken that long. And unfortunately, kids have got in and, you know, broken windows, and it's such a shame. But you know, these planning permissions does take a long time, so it's just been sat there, unfortunately. People have been living here though. The whole building hasn't been fully. People haven't been living in the whole building. They've just been living in a few rooms, just while they're waiting for planning permission to come through, I think. And it's finally come through, so it's taken about 9 years, 8 or 9 years for them to get planning permission. So they couldn't really do anything with the building and grounds, and so yeah, I don't think it's too bad. When we go inside, have a little look round. I don't think it's too bad. We've had a few bad winters around in Yorkshire, in North Yorkshire, but I don't think it's that bad really. Some rooms are worse than others, but yeah. So we start off looking around the gardens, and that shed there, my dad, last time we came, he said he left an engine in there like 30 years ago. He wondering if it was still there, but I don't think it is. Yeah. So my dad was he worked on the boilers, because there was 2 massive boilers out the back, and he started in the post room when he first started working at for the RAOB. So we go in there later, and he had a look as well, and he had I think he worked up to be sort of the general maintenance guy. He did all the wallpapering in the hallway. Oh, that's the Royal Stables, or the Grove House Stables, that we have a little look later on as well. Yeah, and we go down to the garden. So this is where the Springfield Healthcare are building a big complex. It's all going to be care homes. The bungalow at the front, I think that's going. Yeah, the stables. Oh, yeah, there was a museum and observatory down in the gardens as well. I was trying to figure out where it actually was. So that's the observatory. and I think it was straight ahead where them trees are, but I wasn't 100% sure on that. And this is the lake where the Lady of the Lake used to be. It's all overgrown now. You'll see a few stakes in the ground where obviously where they're gonna do all the buildings and stuff. And yeah, I found this bench here because I remember my granddad saying he used to come here with my nanny when they were courting, and I wonder if that was one of the benches where they used to sit. Because my nanny used to do all the calligraphy. She worked for the RAOB as well. She did all the calligraphy, invitations and stuff. And my mum was a cleaner, and she did the calligraphy as well with my nanny. And my dad worked here, and my uncle had some connection, and my great uncle and my great granddad as well. And I think this building goes back to like 5 generations of my family. Yeah, I think that's why I'm so fascinated by it, because it used to be a Grand Lodge of the Royal Antediluvian Order of Buffaloes, and it's such a big part of my family as well, and a lot of people's families. I think this building has got a lot of happy memories for a lot of people. So yeah, there's the East Terrace. I found a few old pictures as well of what it used to look like, so I'll put them up. And yeah, I've also got, from my great-granddad, a Royal Antediluvian Order of Buffaloes Grand Lodge of England souvenir of the opening of Grove House Orphanage, and a souvenir programme from 1961. So, oh, there's my mum wandering around. So yeah, the souvenir programme. So February 1926, purchased the Grand Lodge. So that's when that's the grounds there. So the Lady of the Lake is in the picture, and then I think further to the right, I think where I'm walking now, on the left, I think that the observatory would have been around there somewhere. Yeah, and back in the day they used to have so many garden parties, and yeah, it's all overgrown now. A little secret bench there. Yeah, we used to do, when I was in primary school, we used to do all the sports days in the gardens, and your egg and spoon race, your sack races, and all that kind of stuff. And they still do it with the Grove Road School, which is just across the road from Grove House. So yeah, I was looking on the Google Maps. I think that's where the observatory might have been, but like I say, I'm not 100% sure on that, and I'm not sure when it was removed. So yeah, February 1926 was the RAOB purchased the Grand Lodge. In April 1927, it opened as an orphanage. In April 1935, it closed as an orphanage. Oh, these stairs, I found these stairs, so I wonder if this might have something to do with the observatory. Maybe that led to the observatory there. Maybe. I don't really know. So yeah, April 1935, it closed as an orphanage. September 1936, it reopened as an orphanage. And in Christmas 1945, finally closed. March 1946, opened as a convalescent home for the RAOB members. And September 1957, closed for renovation. And March 1961, it reopened as a convalescent home. Till I think it was 2016 they sold. The Buffaloes sold Grove House. But yeah, I think they have kept the gardens pretty nice around these areas here. I'm not sure what this statue is where it's from, but it looks pretty cool. Yeah. So as we were organising to come and see it again with my mum and dad, They were doing a lot of work, so work has started now with Grove House. There was like asbestos surveys in, and there's all kinds of work going on now. So yeah, hopefully we can come back again when all the renovations are done, and come and have a look around again. That would be really nice, and compare what it used to be like to, how it looks in the future, like how it's going to look. So yeah, there's a picture from 1961 of Grove House. Or it might be even earlier, because this souvenir programme is the May the 22nd, 1961. I think that picture might have been earlier than that. So I do have a bit of history here as well. So the building currently known as Grove House, situated on Skipton Road, Harrogate, dates from 3 identifiable periods, the earliest of which is 1752 to 1754, and can be seen in the square block at the centre of the building, as viewed from the outside. So we have a little look, and you can see. Oh, I'm just having a wander around the gardens here, checking out all the statues. From the inside, at ground floor level, the 4 stone arches mark its boundaries, so we'll see them a little bit later on. The west wing, with its grand staircase and window, was the first extension, was completed in 1868, together with stables, and the east wing with tower dates back from 1899. Yeah, I wasn't sure where the tower came from, because I've got some pictures to throw up in a second, and you can see Grove House with the extensions without the tower and without the offices at the back. But it seemed like the tower was put on in 1899. I think the offices came last. I think the Buffaloes built the offices at the back, and then Samson Fox, who was the mayor of Harrogate, this was his house, and I think he put the extensions on the east and west wing, and the tower must have been put on in 1899. Yeah, and there's the tower right there. And if you have a look at the top, you'll see a fox, a weather vane with a fox on top. And if you look around the building as well, there's lots of evidence that Samson Fox used to live here. Yeah, it was so really cool exploring this. I mean, when I got home, I was like, I cannot believe I've just done that, and I was like buzzing for 3 days. When I looked around here the first time, it was great. Yeah. The premises were originally built at the time when Harrogate was developing as a spa town, because of the health-giving properties of the water found in the large number of springs and wells. Grove House was built as a small hostelry or guest house and was originally called the World's End. Oh, my mum found this little thing here. Oh, what's going on? What's all this about in here? That's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't remember this from when I was doing the sports days, but yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, there is some evidence to show that for a while it served as a staging post for passengers and mail from London to York. Yeah, the gardens are massive. I think there's going to be like a nature walk as well around the whole property for the elderly patient, the people who are going to be staying at the care home. Oh, and these here, these were originally on top of the building, I believe. These were walls, because if you look at these pictures, these are from 1891, and you can see the building, the roof is totally different, and there's no tower, and there's no offices at the back. And also, the music room on the right-hand side, the windows are curved, whereas now the building sticks out a little bit more. And there's like greenhouses at the back, they're not there anymore. So yeah, this 1891, and there's the floor plan. That's what it used to look like when Samson Fox used to have it. Yeah, so he must have put the tower on. And that's the north view. These are from the Building News newspaper, 1891. Yeah, there's houses surrounding it now. Like at the bottom, there's bungalows, and there's a really busy road next to it. Now, whereas back in the day, that's yeah. So that's the centre of the building. That's what the original part. There's the historical plaque. And we're going in. I love these cannons at the front as well, and that door as well. It's just great. And we're inside, and this is the entrance hall. So we're at the other side of the door now, and there's the RAOB GLE map. I love all these wall panels, on these wooden wall panels, and all the detail. It's amazing. I can't wait to see what to do with it. So yeah, let's go have a look around. With most of the more important waters being available on the other side of Harrogate, those who came to take the cure were reluctant to walk or travel so far to the wells. Thus the hotels, hostilleries and guest houses on that side of town prospered, while those on the side struggled to survive. Many closed to become private residents or were used for other purposes. The licence for the World's End was transferred to new premises on the river at Knaresborough. I'm not sure if that's there anymore at Knaresborough. I think it was a pub, the World's End pub. To fall in line with one of the many predictions of Old Mother Shipton. Oh, this used to be the library, I believe. I might have the rooms wrong, but I think from people that I've spoke to, I think this might have been the library, but I believe the library did move. It was in another place. Yeah, so the World's End was transferred to new premises to fall in line with May predictions of Mother Shipton, which you can still go and see the Mother Shipton. That's an attraction at Knaresborough. You can still go there. Who 5 centuries ago is reputed to have said, "The world shall end when the high bridge is thrice fallen." It is the road bridge over the River Nid as you drive into Knaresborough. The bridge, incidentally, has fallen twice so far, so please exercise caution when crossing. Okay. Well, I didn't know that. That's interesting. Yeah. Oh, these are these stone archways. Look at the detail on these. I love these. These are great. And this used to be this reception area. Once we go through here, it's a nice fireplace. And these panels on the wall, they were found during renovation. I can't remember what date it was now. I've got the history here, but those were the panels that were found in, I think it was the music room. Yeah. Around 1805, the premises were acquired and used as a boarding school by a Miss Holland Barbara Hull, a well-known Yorkshire authoress of the period. Later purchased it. She used it as a ladies' finishing school, which was perhaps the forerunner to what is now the Harrogate College. We do have a Harrogate Ladies' College. That's probably about 10 minutes walk from Grove House. In 1822, the year the order is reputed to have been founded, the RAOB, the renovated T.T. Wildsmith obtained ownership and used the premises as a school for boys. Much later, oh look at all those details up there, I'm getting distracted. Oh, these panels, I think they came from, if you look, there's dragons on the panels. On the stained glass windows. Oh, we're going in the dining room. I think we come out and have a look a bit later on. But the dining room, that's what it used to look like when the RAOB had it. And that door there is the only way into the tower. But it was nailed shut because I don't think it's very safe in there. And my dad said he went up there like over 30 years ago and he said it wasn't safe back then. So I don't know what it would be like now. So yeah, we're going to the kitchens. The tower was one of the only places that we didn't get to see, unfortunately, but never mind. It was amazing to see I'm so grateful to come around and have a look and see everything that we saw. And my mum used to work in the kitchens a bit as well. So it sounds like my mum did a bit of everything here as well. I forgot where I am now. Much later, it was occupied for a number of years as was aligned to have been haunted. Oh, alleged. It was alleged to have been haunted. Although this was proven to be a trick of light when Captain Hennerby purchased the building. In 1850, Mr. Samson Fox, a civil engineer from Leeds, bought the property and is responsible for much of the splendid building we have today. It was he who changed the name to Grove House after a splendid grove of trees in what is now Grove Road. Well, these are the kitchens, so it's all been totally stripped out. Mr. Fox, who is a direct ancestor of Edward Fox, the actor, and his brothers, was a great Victorian industrialist and benefactor to the nation as well as the local community. In 1870, he donated sufficient monies to build the Royal College of Music in London. He provided Harrogate with its first public fire service, first public street lighting, and is associated with the establishment Grove Road Boarding School, almost opposite our front gates. So yeah, it's pretty much literally opposite to the main gates. My dad said that last time he was in here, there was baskets of fruit and vegetables and all kind of food everywhere, and this is where they used to prepare the food in this room. Yeah, so the original horse-drawn steam fire engine, Old Samson, from the Harrogate station is on public display at Harewood House. Oh, I never got to see that when I went to Harewood House. I just went to go see the house. I didn't go into the gardens. I should have done, really. I'm going to have to do next time I go. In their bird gardens. So you can see Old Samson from the Harrogate fire station is on public display at Harewood House in the bird gardens, which are open to the public throughout the year. Along with part of the house... Oh, that's interesting. A town councillor, he championed the cause of the working man and provided cheap housing in the community, since there was very little provision given where the explosion in the workforce occurred to man the hotels and associated services. He built a housing estate in Starbeck, which was completed in 1902. These houses were sold at a cost of £100 each. Wow. Or could be rented for 2 shillings and 5 pence. Eventually, he was to become Mayor of Harrogate for 3 successful years, in 1887 and 1892, a feat never equalled since. Wow. So no one's ever been Mayor of Harrogate for more than 3 years, for longer than Samson Fox. Yeah. I think he had something to do with the Royal Hall as well. Because when we went there, There's he's got a big portrait on the stairs, and he's got like because he invented the corrugated flue, and his invention is on the ceiling, painted on the ceiling of the with a fox as well of the Royal Hall. Yeah, although a public benefactor, Samson Fox is more noted in Harrogate for 3 ox roasting events he provided on the Stray. And we go and see later on, we go and have a look for Samson Fox's tree, which he planted. I think he planted it in 1902 and it's still there, and we go and have a look at it later on. There's a big plaque on it. One was in 1887 to celebrate the Jubilee of Queen Victoria, and one in 1902 to celebrate the end of the Boer War. Close to the earlier roasting, there is a commemorative oak tree, which is still there. So yeah, these stained glass panels here, there are dragons. If you look in the right corner, look, there's dragons on there. And I believe that when we came on the open day, it was all to do with astrology. But I think these panels came from a hotel. I've got something about it here. But look at all these details. It's amazing. Oh, and these windows have been taken down because they're boarded up because they've been taken down, and they're going to be repaired and put back up just because people have been like breaking in and smashing windows and stuff. Which it's really sad, but you know, yeah. Yeah, they're amazing. And then we go into the bedrooms. So this is what I found interesting. In this room here, there's a blocked window. So straight ahead, there's a window there that's supposed to be there. So I don't know why that's blocked. I thought that was a bit strange. Yeah. Interesting. They're all en suite as well. All the bedrooms are all en suite. So the ox roasting was revived by the present Grand Secretary in 1979 for the garden party that year. The Grand Primo, Brother George husband, used a special set of carvers made by Samson Fox for the ox roast in 1887 to commemorate the Silver Jubilee of Queen Victoria. And I think they actually stayed at Grove House, and I have a picture here, and I wasn't sure. This bedroom is believed to be occupied by Prince Albert, son of Queen Victoria. I wasn't sure if that was the room that they stayed in, but the wallpaper and the window and the light as well, the light, I thought it might have been that room, but I could be wrong. And if you look at these, we go in the bathroom here. I believe where I'm standing now used to be the original dining room, because this was where I am now was Samson Fox's music room, and it's all been, if you look at the doors there, when we turn around, I do a little bit of a slow-mo. If you look at the doors with the 3 squares on top, and it's a double door, I believe these doors are the doors in this picture here, the dining room. So I think where I am standing right now is where the dining room, original dining room, used to be. So yeah, it has changed quite a lot. So these carvers, the ox roast carvers, made by Samson Fox, have a blade almost 4 feet in length and may be seen at Grove House by special arrangement with the Grand Secretary. The following year a boar was roasted. The garden party, which has now become an annual event, was the first of 3 organised by the RAOB GLE Grove House employees, and was the first to raise in excess of £1,000. Wow. And I think we go, oh yes, I love this room, this is my favourite room. Look at old pictures there of the fireplace. And we come into the grand hall. I love this room here. This is amazing. And that's what it used to look like. It's great. Amazing fireplace. This fireplace, there's a picture of me in a second stood right next to it, and I'm probably, I think I'm like 6'1" or something, but this fireplace is massive. It looks, this video just doesn't do it any justice. It is just massive. And the detailing everywhere. I love these stone archways here. The detail on the ceiling as well. It's just everywhere. It's great. And we have a plaque here. The Royal Antediluvian Order of Buffaloes, Grand Lodge of England. A memorial plaque there. And a couple more here. Yeah. The detailing on this fireplace as well is just insane. And you can see the SF on the top part there, Samson Fox, and the plaque there is written in Latin. Look at, I'm about just over 6 foot, and look at the size of that fireplace. It's massive. It's crazy. All the way up to the ceiling. And the detailing, I think it might be a fox hunt by the looks of it. People riding horses and dogs. It's just crazy. Crazy detailing. Yeah, such an amazing room. And the detailing on the sides as well. Yeah, I think it's called the Mermaid Fireplace. Yeah, and the ceiling as well. I think that's all to do with astrology as well. From what I remember at the tour, when we had the tour in 2022. And this room where I am in now, I believe it used to be one massive office. So I think the room where I am now, it used to be, well, it's 3 rooms now, but I've got some pictures. If you have a look at the fireplace, it's quite a big room, this one. There's a little bit of damage there, and the detailing on the ceiling as well, it stops. There's no detailing on this side, it's only on the other side. So yeah, I think this was the room I'm in now. So where there's a wall, you used to be able to walk through it. And there's the fireplace. And I think this used to be just one massive office. I caught myself in the mirror there. I'm always doing that. Yeah, so in 1993, the Grand Primo planted a second oak tree close to that planted by Fox to commemorate the jubilee of our present Queen. Both trees can be seen on Skipton Road opposite the Italian Indian restaurant. I don't know if that's there anymore. I didn't see the other tree. The fox tree is encased in metal railings. And yes, it is still encased in metal railings. I can confirm. That stained glass up there is amazing. And this room used to be my nanny's office. I was looking at the light switches there, they're really cool. Yeah, so this used to be my nanny's office where she did the calligraphy. And that's how the entrance used to look like. That's the main entrance. I think in my other video I said that was the other entrance, but no, that was the main south entrance. And that's the observatory there. Right, I couldn't figure out where it was. And the lounge looking east, that's the fireplace. I'd love to have come back and see what it was like, you know, when it was all done out. And this room here, I think this was the other side of that room. So that fireplace isn't there anymore. The door in the picture, I think that's the door that we've just come through. And yeah, that was the office, one of the big offices. Look at the typewriters in there as well. And the decoration on the ceilings. So yeah, oh, that's what it looks like, the grand hall, wow. Amazing. That's the east terrace. I've got that picture. And the garden's looking out from the house. Wow, it looks so different. So yeah, the detailing, if you look up on the ceiling, all the detailing up there. So yeah, it was definitely could walk through. And the fireplace used to be right in front there on the corner where that table is. I believe so anyway. I think that's, from the pictures it looks like it. And my first visit, I couldn't go through here. It says that there's an alarm. The alarm is set, so I didn't bother trying. But I really wanted to go in this room over here because I know there's a really grand fireplace that I really wanted to see. And my first visit, it was locked, and I was like, oh no, I can't get through and see it. So nice door decoration on the door there. And then on my second visit, it was open. So I was like, oh yeah. And there's my mum and dad. So I believe this was the manager's office. And look at that fireplace there, it's amazing. And there's a picture here that just says Billy on it, and there he is, sat right next to the fireplace, doing all his paperwork. And the fireplace is still here. He had all these books on them shelves there. But yeah, I love that fireplace, it's great. There's RAOB GLE clock. Still on the wall. Yeah, so it's been my last time my mum was here was probably over 30 years ago, and my dad, we came in 2022, and before that it was over 30 years ago as well. So yeah, it was a right nostalgia trip for them. They loved it. Samson Fox built the extensions to Grove House, being the present east and west wings, together with what are now referred to as the Royal Stables. with its ornate clock tower. This can be seen from a smaller rose garden at the side of the house. By purchasing small or tiny portions of land in the immediate locality, the estate eventually grew to some 75 acres. Wow. I don't think it's 75 acres anymore. For example, the land that accommodated the original gatehouse at the entrance to the estate, where the present bungalow is situated, cost a mere £160. Wow, and that's a 3-bedroom bungalow as well. But I think that's coming down, that's not going to be staying. I think this was another office as well, where we are now, a little office. Yeah. Oh, and this is where we go into, this was the lodge room. And also a lounge, and there's a bar in here. So yeah, that's what it used to look like, the lodge room in the picture. And this stained glass here is amazing. It is amusing to note that the patch of grass outside the gates were once intended to allow farmers to graze their sheep overnight on the way to Knaresborough Market. Oh, that's interesting. The grounds accommodated a private gasworks, science laboratory and observatory. So no one's really found where Samson Fox's lab used to be, but I think my dad, when he worked here, he said there's a blocked wall in the basement that had been filled in, so he thinks it could be down there, but no one's 100% sure. I was looking at all these details on here. It's like, they're interesting. Yeah, and then we have a little look in the bar. Yeah, unfortunately, the kids have got in the bar and smashed the place up a little bit, which is a shame. But yeah, this was the old bar. They had it open up to the public a while ago, and there was a restaurant here as well. You could walk in and get a pint and some food. Yeah, and if you see holes in the wall in any of the rooms, it's the asbestos team were in a week before us checking the place for asbestos, so that's why you'll see like holes here and there all over the place. I don't think they put that big hole in the wall there though, where that wooden thing. And that door in front leads on to Skipton Road. This was the other entrance. Oh, and these, you'll see these, there's a couple more we find. I translate it later on. I think it's no mortal is wise at all times, something like that. It's Latin. We found it again with a bit better lighting. But these were the sort of general offices areas. This is where my mum worked. And I remember coming in here because she used to bring me when I was a kid, like maybe 3 or 4 years old, and she used to clean on a night time. And I remember I said to her that, is there a place in Grove House where there's like a cell door? And she's like, well, I don't think so. And I says, I remember walking into somewhere with a cell door and setting off an alarm. And she says, oh no, you picked up a suitcase and you set off an alarm. I says, no, there was a cell door, and there it is. And I said, look, I found it. I said, I knew I walked in here. When I was a kid, I just walked in there and set an alarm off. And I turned around and my mum was there. And then there was sort of the night guard was there. And they were both laughing at me. and I ran out and I says, I remember that. And then she says, oh yeah. And she says, oh, you must have picked up this suitcase somewhere else and set another alarm off. I said, I could remember that as a kid. So that is a good memory. Or maybe I was that traumatised that I remember I just remember walking in, setting an alarm off, turning around and seeing everyone just laughing. And I was like, what? What's going on? But yeah, the office is totally empty now. And this is where my dad first started working here, in the post room. And I was talking to them as there's some holes in the wall from the asbestos people. And they said this room was so busy all the time. Yeah, so most of the stained glass and oak panelling on the ground floor came from the old Dragon Hotel on the opposite side of Skipton Road, just over the bridge. I'm not sure if that Dragon Hotel's there anymore, because it seems to be just flats now. So I'm not sure if the building's still there, but the Dragon panels are what's in the reception bit now. Or in the hallway, the stained glass windows. The clock tower for the stables, together with most of the stone used in building the east wing. The tower and the stables also came from the Dragon Hotel. Oh, there you go. Got quite a lot from the Dragon Hotel. If you closely examine the glass screen at the east wing entrance near the present dining room, you will find a dragon motif encompassed in the design of the glassworks. And that's what we saw. There were dragons in there, so that's the dragons from the Dragon Hotel. Stained glass windows. The house is reputed to be the first in Yorkshire to be equipped with gas lighting and central heating, generated from a gas plant situated within the grounds. The stables are thought to have been the first in the country to provide Turkish baths for horses. Wow! At a time when they were not too well known for humans. Can this really have been the 1870s? Turkish baths for horses, wow. The West Wing, which currently provides bedrooms 3, 4, 5 and 6, the first floor TV lounge, Grand Secretary's office and lodge room, were originally built to provide a suite of rooms for the Prince of Wales, later King Edward VII, and his entourage when visiting Yorkshire dates from 1880, and included a library, billiard room and small gallery. The stained glass on the grand staircase was intended to be a crafty way of demonstrating to His Royal Highness exactly where Fox had made his money and his support for industry. Wow, so that's where that stained glass came from. That's interesting. The east wing on the side of the former Grove House Winter Garden was built to provide a music room and ballroom, at present bedrooms 1 and 2, the annex and library on the ground floor, and an art gallery on the first floor, now bedrooms 7 to 16, and dates from 1898 to 1902. A special souvenir Christmas card of 1902 from Mr. Samson Fox, measuring almost 4 feet across, depicting the picture gallery, is held in the custody of the Grand Secretary, as is photograph album showing Grove House as a residence before the East Wing was built. Wow. A refused collector who was a member of the order found the album in a dustbin. Oh my gosh. Both may be seen by anybody requesting to do so. They are not on permanent display, simply to retain and maintain their present state of preservation. Well, that's interesting. Fox died in 1903 at Walsall, and so for a number of years the house lay unoccupied, although staff were retained to administer the estate and keep the house clean. During the Great War, or First World War, 1914 to 1918, Grove House, along with a number of other houses in the area, was used as a hospital for troops from the Somme and Flanders. This later service was again provided by the home during the Second World War, 1939 to 1945, although on this occasion our orphan children and offices remained in occupation. The order purchased the premises in 1926 for £10,000 to use as an orphanage because of the prolonged arguments at Grand Lodge over the question of legal ownership of the RAOB orphanage at Aldridge, near Walsall. These later premises being paid for, but not owned by the order. It took the order nearly 6 years to raise the funds to complete the purchase, together with a further £12,000 that was spent in adapting the premises specifically for our requirements. Oh, these are the names of the primos. And they're still on the wall now. So that's really interesting. These details, I can't get enough of the details. And these are the stained glass windows to show what Samson Fox did through how he earned his fortune. Yeah, and go upstairs now. To raise the necessary funding for the purchase, and more importantly to furnish the orphanage, members were urged to buy a brick or a yard of turf at a cost of 1 shilling, or 5p each. I think 5p back then, not 5p in today's money. They were presented with a numbered certificate to commemorate their purchase, although it was not intended as a deed of ownership, since Grove House is built of stone and not bricks. Could it be that this is where our present Grand Secretary learned the art of parting members for all their money? Maybe. Occasionally, these certificates are produced today by the descendants of donors in the hope that there may be some monetary value to the estate of the members. Grove House Orphanage was officially opened on Easter Monday, 1927, by the Lord Mayor of London, and the parade of members took 3 hours to march from Harrogate railway station with 4 brass bands. Wow. In those days, the railway station was not at its current location, but was situated on Leeds Road, not too far from the present Prince of Wales roundabout. 3 hours, wow. It's probably about maybe about a 20-minute walk, I'd say. It's the other side of the Stray, Leeds Road. Well, that's interesting. Oh, catch myself in the mirror there. Oh, got myself. Oh, no. The Grand Lodge offices moved into Grove House in 1926, having previously occupied the living room of Brother Wilson Marsh in Cheltenham. He is the third and last Grand Secretary to have been expelled from the order. At first, the offices were accommodated in the drawing room, which now provides a combination of 3 rooms, bedroom 3, a filing room, and for the Grand Secretary's secretarial staff. So that's where my nanny's office was, where she did the calligraphy. She was in the secretarial office. And that office with the big grand fireplace must be the Grand Secretary's office. Oh, this room, I think this picture is in this room because the doors and the decoration above the door, I think that picture, I thought that used to be a bedroom because I couldn't find that decoration or them doors anywhere else. Because I saw that picture a while ago and I was trying to think, where would that have been? I thought it might have been upstairs on the 3rd floor. But because of the decorations on the door, it could have been that room. Possibly. Because it's all changed quite a bit now since back in the day, in the 90s, in the 1900s. Yeah, the present single-storey office extension along Skipton Road was built in 1933 and was intended at a later date to have a 2nd and 3rd floor added for extra dormitory accommodation for the orphanage. This addition has not to date taken place. Oh, that's interesting. So the general office, well, they were going to add a few more floors to that, by the sounds of this. Grove House Orphanage opened from 1926 until Christmas 1947. Even though some army units were stationed here during World War II, with the introduction of the new welfare state that would look after the population from the cradle to the grave, widows and other guardians were understandably reluctant to be parted from their children. The order changed its policy by returning the children to their families and provided cash benefits to enable the children to be looked after at their home. Trafalgar, the original Harrogate convalescent home in Valley Drive, was closed and Grove House adapted to become a convalescent home for members of the order only, providing rest, recuperation and a change of air. Oh, this was the... I saw this plaque, the John Hadley suite, and this is a bedroom, but then it goes to another lodge room. Yeah, it's quite... I don't think it's too bad, actually, inside. A couple of rooms, the ceilings are pretty damp, but work's taking place now. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with it. Yeah, and this room, I think there was a pool table in here, and this used to be a lodge room as well. There's a nice fireplace, quite an interesting fireplace there. Yeah, no mortal is wise at all hours. Nemo mortalum omnibus horis sapit. Probably butchered that, but... but when I read it on the RAOB, they say no man is not wise at all hours. But when I translated it, it says no mortal. So, yeah, interesting. So in 1966, to mark the century of the Grand Lodge of England, Grove House was adapted to provide permanent residential care for aged members without family or dependents. Oh, this was spooky. Yeah, this is the hallway. And I turn the light on and it starts... I'll go in this room first. I wanted to see what this room was like because this is right above the entrance. So I thought, oh, this is pretty cool, look at that. I'm right above the entrance. And that's where they used to hang the flag, the RAOB flag. yeah, if you've been here and or you were a member, I'd love to hear your stories. If you've come to the garden parties, or you spent some time here, or you lived here, I'd love to know. Very spooky flashing lights there in this hallway. And this mirror is so cool. It's got the logo on there. I was like, wow, look at that. That's really cool. On the first visit I came, we go have a look in a few rooms now. A few of the bedrooms. Yeah, on the first visit I came, the lights didn't work. And it was really dark down the corridor. And then the second time, the lights worked. So. In 1996, to mark the century of the Grand Lodge of England, Grove House was adapted to provide... Oh, we've read this bit already, haven't we? Admitted to convalescent patient. In 1983, Convention agreed that joint members and spouse convalescent applicants were to be admitted to Grove House. The same year, Grand Lodge approved the necessary motion that allowed the trustees to adapt fee-paying guests into their home, with a view to augmenting the upkeep and maintenance costs. Yeah, look how spooky this is. Spooky hallway. During major repair work to the roof and the east wing in 1998 and 1999, it became necessary to remove a considerable amount of weight from the roof and to rebuild much of the parapet wall. When the roof void was opened, a number of ornate plaster panels in deep relief were discovered from the ceiling of the former art gallery. So these were the panels in the reception room that we saw on the walls, and they're huge. Rather than risk being destroyed, they were carefully removed and resited in the lesser hall, the grand staircase and first floor landing. So they're dotted about all over the place. Closer examination of the 4 oblong panels in the lesser hall reveals the formation of a number of dragons, rampant, acting as supporters for the central bust, not too different from those in the glass screen at the east entrance. It is possible, even remotely, that these panels also came from the Dragon Hotel? Question mark. So yeah, that's quite interesting. Yeah. Oh, this is my second visit, and the lights are on now. So that's what it looks like when the lights are on. It's still kind of spooky though, isn't it? Yeah, a couple of rooms lights weren't working in. Yeah, so if they came from the Dragon Hotel, they'd be much older than 1890s when the East Wing was built. Yeah, and the Harrogate Museum has put a conservative value on these panels in a sum of £40,000 in their present condition. Oh, this room, if you have a look at the windows, I quite like this room, but I believe where I'm stood now was one of the dormitories. So if you look above the windows, the ceiling's curved. I should have mentioned it before, I'm getting too distracted with the... So yeah, that's what the dormitories look like. And if you look at the windows above, that corner, I think that's where I'm stood right now, they're curved. We'll go into another room and you can see it a bit more clearly. We can't see anything in that room. It's a bit dark. I think we pop in here. Do we? Yeah, we go in here. And look at the ceiling above the window. It's curved. So I think that's where I could be, in one of the old dormitories. Before they changed it all into rooms and that. So this was above the original music room and dining room, where I am now. Oh there, spooky times going through there in the dark. This was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon as well. I filmed this. Back into the main hall now, into the grand hall. So yeah, the gallery housed a collection, possibly one of the largest in England at the time, by the Polish artist Bukovac. This artist is repeatedly becoming increasingly important in the international art world. Bukovac's portrait of Samson Fox hangs on the first floor landing adjacent to the council chamber at the Harrogate council offices. A request to the council office's reception staff may result with an opportunity to view it. I think that might be in the Royal Hall now, on the staircase. I'm not sure, but it's the same portrait, I think. The most recent alterations have been to convert the 10 single bedrooms in the east wing to twin-bedded ensuite rooms, together with an additional twin-bedded ensuite room adjacent to the first floor. Now, adjacent to the first floor TV lounge at a cost of around £180,000, and it now means that every room apart from 3 are all twin-bedded and ensuite. The East Wing alterations have been dedicated to the memory of late brother Terence E. Guy, RAOH, a former secretary of the Frome and Warminster province, following the receipt from his sister of a gift to the convalescent home's funds of £50,000 to perpetuate his memory. Wow. Yeah, I wasn't sure what these rooms were. Maybe storage rooms. And I think they did have a big auction when the Buffaloes sold it. So maybe they stored a lot of stuff in there. Well, that was the other side where the other lodge room was, the games room, where the pool table was. I can't get through that door. I don't know why I'm trying. I'm like, games room, let me in. There's games in there. Nope. You've already been in there. Oh, there's one of the panels there that could have been from the Dragon Hotel. Yeah, very detailed, very ornate. And there's the lift that goes up to all the floors. I'm getting a bit lost now. I've been here already. That's the games room there. Like, alright, this brings you back round here. Yeah, so future planning is intended to increase the size of the dining room so that everyone can dine at one sitting, and possibly allow for additional bedrooms to be brought into use. In a period of less than 247 years, the role of Grove House has come full circle, an establishment for the sick and infirm to rest and recuperate, to an establishment for the educational needs of children, as a country mansion, to an army hospital, to an orphanage, as a holiday home, a placement for aged members to live out their declining years, and a convalescent home for members and their dependents to rest and recuperate from illness or hospitalisation. Grove House being the first major purchase by the Order, and of which it can be immensely proud. It is a building which is part of the country's heritage, as well as that of the Order, and can confidently meet all of the requirements of our members and their dependents well into the 21st century. So yeah, that's interesting. Nice bit of history there. Oh, this was the laundry room. This is where my mum used to work. I think she helped out Matron quite a lot as well, because there was they had a Matron and she had 2 dash hounds, I think, and there was peacocks here as well. Oh man, they told me so much when I was there. It was great. Yeah, and these are all the room keys, just in here. Yeah. A nice view out the laundry room there. Yeah, she remembers it just being really warm all the time in this room. I think she spent most of her time in the offices and then cleaning. Oh, and here, I thought this was funny. So I looked behind this door and I thought, oh, there's nothing there. And my mum had a look and she goes, "There's a secret staircase. Come have a look. There's a secret staircase." I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?" She's like, "Come have a look. Have a look at this. There's a secret room." So I thought, "Oh, wow, cool. Let me have a look. Let's have a look at this." And she says, "Look." And I can see there, there's like 3 or 4 stairs going into nowhere, but it literally goes into the other side of that wall there. In the reception area. So it goes to nowhere. So originally it would have gone to a room, but now it just goes to nowhere, it goes to a wall. Yeah, I thought that was funny, because as soon as I got home I was like, "A secret room, that's amazing." But then I realised, oh, hang on a minute, that reception room goes up 2 floors. So yeah. And then we go up a bit more. This place is massive. I did get a little bit lost. Definitely my first time I went, I did get really lost. And this is where the matron used to live. So these are 2 flats. There's this one, and there's one underneath it where I think Matron's son used to live. And yeah, I think she lived here. It's not too bad shape. I wouldn't mind living here myself. Nice big kitchen. And some really nice views as well into the garden. So this was the lounge. Fireplace there. And a really nice view to the gardens there. So yeah, I wouldn't mind staying there myself. I think this was 2 bedrooms on this floor. This is one of the bedrooms. Yeah, and I have this RAOB Grand Lodge of England souvenir of the opening of Grove House Orphanage. So this is from 1927. This is from my great granddad. Monday the 18th of April 1927, the opening of Grove House. There's a few pictures of the Grand Primos, Colonel and Alderman. Wow, and he was the Mayor of London. Sir Lewis Newton Bart, Lord Mayor of London, 1923. The Lord Bishop of Knaresborough performed the ceremony of dedicating the orphanage on the open day. Wow. So yeah, I can read a little bit. This is like real leather cover as well. It's really cool. Our new orphanage, Grove House, Harrogate. It is with great pleasure that we submit this souvenir to our members as a record of one of the most important events that has ever taken place in the history of the order. It has been apparent for the last few years that some steps would have to be taken to find accommodation for the orphans who were unable to secure admission at Aldridge without overcrowding. It will be admitted that no stone has been left unturned to make Grove House a model orphanage. Wow. Grove House occupies a notable position in a district world famous for its health-giving properties, within 10 minutes walk of Harrogate railway station and consequently subject to the advance of the urban developments in sight incidental to a growing district. The residence has the characteristic features of a country mansion of the highest class, and the grounds are disposed to preserve these amenities to the best advantage. Wow. Oh, we're in the second flat though, so this is the other flat underneath. It's a bit dark down there. But yeah, you can come through the flat and you go from the bottom floor to the top. It's crazy. The Royal Baths and Kersal, which is the Royal Hall, are within 15 minutes walk. The Harrogate golf links and the panel links are both within 2 miles. Well, and the schools are within 2 minutes walk. The public baths 3 minutes walk. The secondary schools are also within 5 minutes. The views from the observatory tower extend to the White Horse on the Hambledon Hills near to Thirsk. Well, so far as the internal part of the building is concerned, the place has been rearranged from roof to cellar. Wow. And we have a little look down here. I put my light on my phone. I couldn't see where I was going. And if we look through this door, we're back here at the reception area. So there's the panels that they found on the walls. Yeah, we have a little look in here as well. This is the lift motor room. And there's the lift motor, it's still there. And then we're back up going up to the top floor now. Back in the hallway. The Henry Hoover there. Yeah, I remember as well, my dad was saying when we were in the Penfold suite, in the bar area, where the big stained glass ceiling is, he says that one point in time, I don't know if it was before I was born, but at one point there was my dad, my uncle, my granddad, my great uncle and my great granddad were all sat in that bar having a beer together, which is like, wow. It's just crazy. So many, yeah, when they came it brought back so many memories for my mum and dad. And we're on the top floor now. So some really nice views out the window here of the tower. Yeah, these bathrooms still look pretty good. Still in pretty good shape. The top floor was still pretty good. There's a nice view of the tower there. The observation tower. Yeah, I don't know much about the Royal Antediluvian Order of Buffaloes. I wasn't a member. Well, I'm not a member. But yeah, I think there's 4 different degrees. I think you start off as a brother or a kangaroo, and then after a couple of years you can become a primo. I think you've got to take a test, like an exam, just sort of memorising all the stuff that they do, I think. I'm not really sure. And then after 2 years of being a kangaroo or brother, you can become a primo. And I think after 3 years, you become, is it Knight Order of Merit? I think after 3 years. And after 4 years of being a 3rd degree, you can become a Roll of Honour. I think the whole thing takes about 10 years. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah. I asked my dad and my granddad about it, but they just said it was just kind of like you get together with your friends, you have some good food, you have some good drinks, and that was it really. I thought, alright, what about all the jewels that they wear and the degrees and stuff? And they were like, oh, you just, I don't think they really, I think they were just like, they'd go and just have a drink with their friends, and obviously they can't really say much anyway, but yeah, they were just saying it was, you'd have it was justice, truth, philanthropy was the maxim. And they did a lot of charity work as well to the Buffaloes. They're still going now, the Buffs, still going strong. I'm not sure where the Grand Lodge is, but yeah, I think that's why I'm so interested in this place, because it used to be a Grand Lodge of like a secret society, and I don't know, I'm just so interested in that sort of thing. Oh, and this is what my mum and dad really wanted to see, because my dad, was his work shed, and the house above is where my nanny was brought up in, and my great grandma and great granddad used to live in this house here. So we start off in the basement, and my dad's there explaining there used to be a big stone table here, and all his tools were on the wall. He had like a wall full of tools, and before we went, he was saying to me, I wonder if all them tools are still there that he left. And obviously it's all gone now. But yeah, he was so happy to see this room. And that's the way up to the house there. We couldn't go through the main door. But yeah, we come in here, my dad sees this sink and he's like, I've used this plenty of times. The sink's still there. But yeah. 33 years ago he was last in here. And this used to be the museum, the RAOB Museum as well. So there was tons of pictures on the walls. But yeah, there's nothing there now. So you'll see on the walls there's hooks everywhere, picture frame hooks. It's quite a big place, is this? Quite a big house. Then my mum and dad's, my great grandma and granddad used to live here, and then my mum and dad's friends used to live here as well. I don't think they all live together. When my great grandma and granddad passed away, I think they must have moved in. Yeah, and that's the main door there. Yeah, all the hooks in the wall, my dad put them in. And they had all the pictures. He said it was absolutely full. Everywhere was just full of pictures and memorabilia. And he's just saying that he put all of these in. All the rooms are labelled Room L. We go upstairs. Yeah, so there is no way into actual... This is connected to Grove House, but I don't think you can get into Grove House from this house. There is no sort of like door or like nowhere in the basement to go. I think you'd have to go outside and around the garden to go in. But yeah, even upstairs there's hooks on the wall everywhere. And we're not quite sure what happened to all the equipment. I think the buffaloes left a lot of stuff behind. I'm not quite sure where they took it. And because work's going ahead now, I'm not quite sure where everything's gone. Yeah, I think it's probably all been thrown away, but it'd be a shame if so. Yeah. There's more hooks upstairs as well. Hooks everywhere. There's room C. Yeah, I would have loved to have seen it all when it was all filled up. But no, it was so good to see it all. I think we're really lucky to see how it looks now before before it all changes into what it's going to be. And look at this, it's a bit spooky, isn't it? A bath in the middle of the room. Room E. Yeah, so hopefully we can come back and have a look at the changes. They might have an open day in the future, or... Yeah. It's a grade 2 listed building, is Grove House, so I don't think they can do anything with the outside or anything like that. But they can do the rooms up. So in the souvenir of the opening of the Grove House orphanage, there's a section here saying how we secured Grove House from the buffaloes. So it says, it might be interesting to the members to know how we first got into touch with Grove House. Grove House is probably well known as a beautiful mansion and grounds, and was formerly the residence of the late Samson Fox of water gas fame. He was also chairman of the Leeds Forge Company. He was the proprietor of the celebrated patent for corrugated tubes. Samson Fox died 25 years ago. Shortly after his death, the contents of the mansion were sold, and for some time the house and grounds failed to find a purchaser. Oh, we're outside now. So that's the main entrance door right there. That's where you'd go to get in. It was brought to notice of several public bodies. The Working Man's Club movement were approached to see if it could be used for a convalescent home. The Amalgamated Society of Railway Servants failed to get support to buy it, and the Harrogate Infirmary Committee also disagreed its purchase. Bro J. Symington, a past provincial Grand Primo of Harrogate, thought it would be an excellent place for a convalescent home for our order. Oh, that hatch there leads into the basement. And my dad said the basement has got so many rooms down there, and that's where Samson Fox's laboratory could be, down there. There's, he said, there's a blocked up wall that him and his friend who used to work there like over 30 years ago, they took a few bricks out of this wall, but it was all filled in, this room. So they did find a room, but it was all filled in with rubble. So that's all I really know about the laboratory of Samson Fox's. So yeah, I'm not sure. We didn't go down in the cellar to have a look, but that's what my dad said, and that was like over 30 years ago. So when he found that wall, and down there, that door, is the way to the boiler room, what my dad used to work on as well. I used to work down there. I think that goes to the cellars as well. So yeah, my dad did quite a lot of different jobs around here. Yeah, so they thought it'd be a good convalescent home for the order. He mentioned the matter to his fellow delegates who were proceeding to Scarborough for the convention. It was on Bank Holiday Monday 1925 that Bro Symington and his colleagues had an interview with Bro Thomas and Bro Bowden. It is perhaps only fair to say that we had been approached by many members in various parts of the country in connection with properties, and perhaps at the moment we did not give the matter the attention it deserved. Oh, my dad's saying there's bolts on the floor there. That's what held the boilers in. He said there was 2 massive boilers out here at one point that he worked on. Oh, and this is yeah, we're leaving now. So goodbye Grove House. And we have a little look down the driveway here, and these plaques on the wall are about the orphanages. Oh, the orphanage, not there was only one, but when they opened it and closed it. So that's my dad's friend's plaque on the wall. Stand toes. So they planted some beech trees for him, and yeah, so it's good to see that plaque on the wall still. And these are all from the orphanage when they closed and reopened. 1904, 30th of May 1904. And 1912, that one. And that one's from 1993. And that plaque was just outside the building. And now we go to have a look at the stables. But yeah, Bro Symington is very insistent members, and he was not satisfied to allow the matter to be forgotten, so he really wanted Grove House. Shortly after the convention, the exclusive were at work in Harrogate prior to the quarterly meeting at the Grand Lodge in Leeds. Bro Symington came up to the Royal Hotel about 10 PM. Oh, this is the Royal Stables now. And again pressed the claims of Grove House upon the members of the Execute. He offered also to come up next morning in his car to take anyone interested over to the house. So he really wanted it. Yeah, so these are the stables, and I go have a look at this plaque on here. These are all flats now. So there's the plaque there, Grove House Stables. Or the Royal Stables now, as they're known. So yeah, there's I don't know how many flats are in there, but that's where the horses' Turkish baths used to be. Yeah, I didn't really stay long because I know yeah, these people are living here, private residents. But yeah, you can walk around the building. It's quite big actually. This is the back of it. And there's the ornate clock with the fox weather vane on top, Samson Fox's weather vane. And also on the top of the tower as well at Grove House. So there's two fox weather vanes. And also there's a SF on all the guttering. It's SF, Samson Fox. He's put his initials on the drainage there, which is pretty cool. And this is where we go and find his tree. So I thought, where's his tree? It's got to be around here somewhere. And I saw this tree here with the fence around. I thought, this has got to be it. And there it is. Yeah, that's the tree that Samson Fox planted himself in 1902. There's the plaque. Yep, Grove House, August 1902. So this is where they had the ox roasting, and it was near, around this point somewhere. Yeah, they had the ox roastings. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed my video of Grove House. I know it's been a long one, but yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!